Great.
I will just go ahead and start off by introducing myself. My name is Anna Bradley, and I am the campus recruiter for the downtown Louisville Northwestern Mutual office. So my job primarily is just to connect with the campuses in the area, sometimes even campuses, around the United States that might have some students that are away from home that are originally from the Louisville area. And so I'm just connecting with you all today to see if, any of our opportunities, specifically our financial advisor internship / postgraduate program, might be of interest to any of the Center College students. So hopefully today we'll talk a little bit about Northwestern Mutual as a company, and specifically their internship program, which we've received a lot of great feedback about our internship program. It's been around for a very long time now, so we definitely have a lot of pride in producing some great individuals that go through our internship program. So we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll talk a lot about that today. So this right here is our downtown Louisville office. We are located on 400 West Market Street, and we're on the 22nd floor. So we are actually located in the biggest building downtown. So you can see that picture right there. That's our office building. And then below that, we have a picture of our lobby. So we actually have two buildings in the Louisville area. We have an office out in Hurstbourne, and that's like our Midtown office. And then we have our downtown office. And I specifically am in charge of recruiting for our downtown office. So our internship at Northwestern Mutual has been rated for over 24 years within the top 100 internships in the United States. So that's something that we are very proud about. That recognition is something that I touched on in the very beginning. It's something that we definitely try to maintain and protect. We have a lot of pride in making sure that our interns have a great experience, whether they choose to stay on with us full time or they choose just to kind of treat this as, a good opportunity to put on their resume to gain some real hands-on experience. Again, our internship really, it's received so much recognition that it ranks, in the same level as a lot of these other big brands. I'm sure you're familiar with some of these other big companies, Microsoft, Apple. Those are just some of the people that have been compared to us in the idea that we have such a reputable internship program. Now, our internship, it's really taken off. So we started in 1967, and from that time, we've really worked on, taking the interns that we have both in the Louisville office and the interns that we have around the United States in our various offices, and making sure that we kind of refine the program that we have for them, really giving them a program that gives them the experience of working like a full-time financial representative. So most of the interns that participate in our program, actually 1 in 3, they actually transition into full-time employees. So we do have a really good retention rate within our company of people that start within the internship program, and then later on, stay on with us in the full-time side of things. And so most of our leadership team actually started out as interns themselves. So that's something that's really nice when you think about it. As an intern, most of the senior level individuals that you will have meetings with, that you'll interact with, they've been in your shoes before. They've been interns themselves. So I think that's something that's really nice to think about, is that there's a lot of opportunity for growth and development. Even from the time that you're an intern, you can start looking forward and thinking about where you want your career to go and what direction you want to take. So right here we have one of our top advisors, Rob King. He himself was actually a Center College student. And so at Center College, he really achieved a lot of things. He lettered in track and field and basketball. He received a lot of recognition for his involvement in philanthropy and in the Louisville community. He was homecoming king in 2003. So I know it's been a little while since Rob was on campus at Center College, but he definitely has continued to make an impact on the campus. He's still very involved in the alumni network. And so I'm sure you can probably spot him at some of your sporting events. And then he was actually awarded the Young Center Associate of the Year in 2013. So he has certainly made a huge impact on the Center College campus. And he is one of our advisors that, we always try to connect him with any candidate that we get from Center College, just because he can really give you his own personal testimony, his own personal experience that he had going from a Center College student to a college intern to a full-time financial advisor. And so he's just a great source of knowledge if you would ever be interested in connecting with someone from your college. So Rob King, as I mentioned, he has really taken off with Northwestern Mutual. He's been one of our top advisors. And so actually this past year in 2020, at our annual meeting with Northwestern Mutual, he had the amazing opportunity to interview Will Smith. So I would like to go ahead and show you just a short clip from his conversation with Will Smith. He received this honor because he had performed so well during the 2019 year that they decided to allow him this opportunity to be the lucky person to interview this celebrity.
Anna, I think I'm not able to hear it. Will, are you able to hear it?
I am not.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I'm glad that you chimed in and let me know. I don't know, there might be some difficulties, but I can go ahead and just kind of sum up. If you would like, you're more than welcome to connect with Rob King on LinkedIn, and that way you yourself can view that video at a later date. But basically this video is just Rob and Will going back and forth. It's a lot of dialogue of them talking about, the tips to success, what makes a successful leader, what is really something that sets you apart from others in terms of, becoming a good leader, becoming someone who stands out and, really excels and is an exceptional person. So I thought that was something that you might enjoy, the fact that one of your fellow Center alumni has had the opportunity to speak with someone so famous. And that opportunity was really just afforded to him because of his success here at Northwestern Mutual. So for many interns, I'm sure there's a question asking, what is there for you to get out of this opportunity? And really, the things that I always tell students, the best perk or the best advantage to anyone who participates in Northwestern Mutual's internship program is just its actual hands-on business experience for you. So even if you, aren't necessarily interested in finance, even if you aren't necessarily interested in insurance and financial planning, and that area of, finance and investments, you can still really take away from this experience just the opportunity to do a lot of networking, a lot of, professional speaking, and to really build your resume to where when you go on to another interview or when you go to talk about your experience, you just have a wealth of knowledge. You have real life experiences that you can, explain to people that that you're competent in business and being professional. You have really refined your skill sets. And so it really just prepares you for anything that you would like to do in the future. So I think that business experience is probably the biggest takeaway. Now, really just, building off of what I said about social networking and business networking, developing those relationships, we always say that it's all about who you know, not necessarily what you know. So really just putting yourself out there in the Louisville community and other communities surrounding us and just making yourself known, making the right connections with people who can open so many different doors and opportunities for you. I think that's another big takeaway. You saw that Rob King was able to have a connection with someone all the way out in California, someone who is in the entertainment business. And so I think that just kind of is a good way of showing that really this business, it can open so many opportunities for connections with people from all over. And then, another big perk, another huge advantage for any intern is just the flexible work schedule. This is a performance-based, a commission-based business. So you're setting your own schedule. You choose when you would like to meet with your clients to discuss Northwestern Mutual's plans with them. So really that is just completely up to you. If you are an athlete, if you are a student with a busy schedule, a busy course load, you do have the freedom of deciding when you want to work. So it's not a traditional 9-to-5 internship. And so I think that does, create a lot of opportunities for individuals to have a good work-life balance. And then it's just really beneficial in terms of helping you with your career selection. It's always really helpful to know what you don't want to do in order to know what you do want to do. I always tell candidates, even if you are a junior and you still have time before you're graduating, it's a really good beneficial opportunity to be able to see, if this is the career for you. Because it's such a hands-on internship, you'll really have a good idea of whether or not this is something you enjoy, or if this is something that, it's just not a good fit for you. By the end of the 10-week internship, you'll know so much about yourself, both professionally and personally. So it's a huge aid in determining, what you'd like to do with the rest of your life. It's also just a really good opportunity for, learning about the life and health exam process. So you'll actually study for the insurance life and health exam, and you'll take that exam prior to participating in the internship programs. So you'll learn a huge amount of knowledge about insurance, about life and health practices. It's a great opportunity for you to get a license paid for. And so it's definitely something that when you walk away from the internship, you can tell people that you're licensed to sell insurance. And I think that's something that it really makes you stand out amongst other people. And then in terms of just having a really good opportunity to get started with your career, I think, for a lot of people, they're starting to think about, I would like to start with a company that maybe I can work for quite some time. Not necessarily to just start as an intern and then have to go look for another, employer at a later time. With Northwestern Mutual, when you get started, you do have that ability to transition to full time. So if you have a positive experience with us during that internship timeline, we are more than happy and we are welcoming to you to continue your journey with Northwestern Mutual. So having that opportunity to extend your time with us, that's a huge advantage to you as a student and as a future graduate. So for Northwestern Mutual, you can see right here, I've included some of our, financial information. We've had a great year. It sounds quite terrible to think about it with COVID-19. I know a lot of companies have really suffered from the current economy. But for us at Northwestern Mutual, we've actually had a great year because planning is a huge part of what we do. So essentially with Northwestern Mutual, we're always planning for the best and the worst case scenario. So when COVID-19 hit, really, we had so many different plans in place that we were able to keep moving forward, keep continuing our business practices with a little bit of adaptation. And so really, we haven't suffered any setbacks. We've had a great year and we're, very excited for what the future holds. Regarding our company culture, this is something that we are really proud about at Northwestern Mutual. We've been around since the 1800s and, even from the beginning of our company, Northwestern Mutual was founded with the purpose of helping people. The idea that we are a mutual fund means that we care always about a mutually beneficial relationship between our company and our policyholders. So we always put our customers first. And even in terms of, the way that the company treats its employees, every single employee is treated with integrity and respect. And that's something that, at least for me as a recruiter, I definitely feel confident in serving as a brand ambassador for this company because, Northwestern Mutual does care about its employees. It cares about you having a positive experience. We're very involved in the community. So we do care a lot about the communities that, we're present in. So we do have a lot of opportunities for getting involved with philanthropy. Our national philanthropy is pediatric cancer, but even here in the Louisville community, we're very involved in, various nonprofits. We're involved with Gilda's Club. We're involved with Norton's Children's Hospitals. And so really, if philanthropy is something that you're interested in, it's something that is a huge priority to you, that's definitely something that you can get involved with here at Northwestern Mutual. So right here, I've included what the general outline is for our training program. So as I mentioned earlier, you'll start off by, day one, you hit the ground running. You will start thinking about who you want to work with. So you'll start writing down your social contacts, people that you already know. And based off of that, we'll start building your social network, thinking about people that you can connect with, people that can give you referrals, so that you can start talking about Northwestern Mutual services with, a wide variety of clients. We will also put you through sales school. So, our sales school is something that, we do take a lot of pride in because it's a 3-week period. It's something that we definitely want you to walk away from, feeling comfortable talking to clients, feeling comfortable conducting yourself in a business meeting. So you'll take away a lot from that sales school, specifically the role playing. I think that's probably one of the most beneficial activities that you'll participate in throughout those 3 weeks, is just really practicing what a regular, sales conversation would be like, and just making sure you feel confident before you get in front of that first client. And so even after those 3 weeks of sales school, you'll do a lot of practice with your mentor. So we will definitely make sure that you feel prepared in terms of talking with clients and making sure that you're knowledgeable enough about what Northwestern Mutual does and who we are before you even get in the room with a client. So what, I normally receive from any candidate is just the question about what a typical day would look like for an intern. So normally for an intern, it's kind of hard to say what your typical day would be like. And the reason that I say that is because it's kind of a great thing if you think about it. As an intern, with a flexible schedule, you're choosing when you want to meet with your clients. So depending upon if you're an intern during the summertime, you may have more time available. You may want to spend a majority of your day working. However, if you're interning with us, maybe during the fall or the spring semester, you might have to manage your course load, your sports activities, things like that. And so you can really just pick and choose how you want to structure your day. Most of our interns, they spend their days setting meetings with clients, whether that's via Zoom, in person, in the office. You can meet with your clients however you feel comfortable. So you'll spend most of your time, calling, emailing, messaging on LinkedIn with certain clients that you'd like to work with, building those relationships, and then having meetings with them in a one-on-one setting to where you're talking to them about Northwestern Mutual services. That will be pretty much the majority of your day. So really developing those relationships with your clients and building your clientele will be the majority of your time. Also, you have the luxury of so many experienced advisors in our offices. So definitely feel comfortable if you're interested in learning more about different areas of finance. You can reach out to any of our advisors in our offices. As I mentioned, we do have 2 offices in the Louisville area. So you're more than welcome to go out to our Hurstbourne office or network with any of our advisors at our downtown office and just see if there's anything that you can learn from them. You can have meetings with them, lunch with them, however you want to interact with them and develop those relationships. That's definitely something that you can take advantage of when you're an intern. Sorry about that. I think we ran into technical difficulty. One moment. Here we go. I have a short video. Let me know if you can hear this one. If you can't hear it, then we'll skip past this. But I love to share this video with our potential candidates because it's a great resource for kind of understanding what your typical day would be like as an intern at Northwestern Mutual. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Again, I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm trying to see what's going on with our video here. Okay. Well, I'm so sorry about that. I think it's going to
It's
go
no
ahead.
worries. I don't think the audio is working anyways.
Okay. I will go ahead and close that and open that back up. So I apologize for that, but I appreciate your patience.
No worries at all. I think after a year of all of us doing this, I think we're
I know we're still, it's
yeah.
a learning curve for all of us. So I really
Yes.
appreciate the patience.
Yes, of course.
It's one of those things, it can be so painfully awkward, but you guys
Yeah.
are a group, so I definitely appreciate it. Okay, perfect. Now we'll just go ahead and skip over that. I think I did, do a pretty decent job of just giving you an outline of what your day would be structured like as a college intern. If you do have any other questions, anything that I didn't cover, we can definitely, talk about that in the end when we reach our question and answer portion of the conversation. But we'll just go ahead and move on to the compensation. So as a summer intern, you will start to really work on developing those relationships and having those meetings with your clients. Those meetings are going to be pretty much your sole source of income throughout your internship. So when you are talking to your clients about insurance, when you get those insurance premiums, that is going to be where your commission is coming from. So really, you do want to push yourself to speak with as many clients as you possibly can. There is no cap on commission, which is a great thing. But at the same time, really, because it is a performance-based internship, you do have that opportunity to push yourself to achieve the results that you wish to see. However, we do also give you a regular stipend. So every single week, it is a 10-week internship. You'll get $100 just for participating in the development meetings, and that's once a week. And so throughout the 10-week period, you will get $1,000. And that's just for participating in the internship program and attending those weekly development meetings. And the same goes for the spring and fall internships. I will tell you that, sometimes there is a little bit of a better opportunity during the summertime. If you don't have as busy of a schedule, you can really achieve more commission during that time period just because you may not have, more obstacles in terms of scheduling. So within Northwestern Mutual, there's so many different opportunities for growth and development. You start out initially as a college financial representative, but at the same time, you can move on to being a team captain, a college unit director. Our current college unit director actually started out as an intern himself, and now he is a certified financial planner, and he's the head of our college unit. So, it just goes to show that even from the time that he was an intern, he could really push himself to take on those leadership roles. And so they're definitely available if you do wish to take advantage of those opportunities. And then we also have our field director role. We have our district director, managing director. We have our chief development officer. There's just a lot of opportunities. If you're interested in taking on those leadership roles, they're definitely available to you. So for us, the ideal intern is just someone who has a passion for growth and development. The whole point of this internship is to push you to grow personally and professionally. So, the biggest thing that we pride ourselves on is having that awesome mentorship. That's what we, have received so much recognition for. It's just having a really good idea of what a mentor should be to an intern, having that mentor that's pushing you, giving you that constructive criticism on a regular basis. I think that is what helps you to really develop yourself. And so when you walk away from this internship, as I said, if you transition to full-time or if you start to look for other opportunities, you've already had someone giving you that one-on-one attention and really just kind of molding you and refining you into a successful professional. Again, that commitment to continuous improvement is something that we really look for, because I think sometimes if you have a candidate that maybe isn't open to that constructive feedback, that constructive criticism, it can be kind of a challenge to get over that. So we are looking for people who, definitely are confident in who they are and what their capabilities are, but at the same time, they're open to learning, they're open to being coached by our mentors. And so that's something that we certainly are looking for when we talk to potential candidates. High integrity is a huge part of, what I mentioned about the company culture with Northwestern Mutual. We definitely, care about making sure that we protect our reputation. We have a brand to protect. We have been around for so long, so we do care about the positive impact that we leave on our customers, on our employees, on anyone who interacts with Northwestern Mutual. That's something that, we do take into account when we start to look for future employees. When we start speaking with candidates, we want to make sure that we are recruiting people who are respectful, people who are mindful of others. So having that empathy to make sure that when you're having conversations with potential clients, you are mindful of the company that you're representing and the history that you have to protect. We're also looking for people that are self-starting and highly motivated individuals. When I say that, I mean, we're looking for people that are, excited about having a performance-based environment. So people that are more than willing to push themselves every single day to reach better results, to achieve the results that they hope to see. So someone who is confident in achieving goals, someone who is continuously setting new goals for themselves, that's something that we're looking for. Someone that, having that flexible schedule isn't something that makes them uncomfortable. Because when you do have the ability to pick and choose your own hours, for some people it can be, a lot of responsibility, but for the right person, for the person that's the perfect fit for this role, it's something that's exciting because every single day is different than the one before. And then the last thing that we really look for in our candidates is just someone who has strong interpersonal and networking skills. As I said, I can't reiterate it enough. It's all about who you know instead of what you know. So just making sure that you're someone who can connect with people, someone who is good at building meaningful relationships. The thing about financial planning is that most of the time, when you do a really good job with clients, they are going to keep you in their life for as long as possible. If you do a good job, you could potentially stick with a family for generations. And because you've done a good job with them, they'll continue to refer you to other family members they have or other friends that they may have. So building a good reputation, that's something that really stems from just those strong interpersonal and networking skills. So here's the great opportunity. If you have any questions about anything that I've said so far, or maybe if you've done any research on Northwestern Mutual and you have questions that you want me to clarify, this is where you can just kind of, I guess, raise your hand or use the little hand raise button, and we'll just kind of go from there, and we'll just keep it pretty open, pretty casual. You can ask anything that you'd like.
Awesome. Thank you, Anna. My name is Will Bethel. I'm a junior studying econ and finance. And I'm super interested in this because one of my friends recently completed this internship this past fall. And one of my other friends is going to do this summer. And I actually lived with him last summer, and I'm super interested in this. And I was wondering where I have to go to apply for it.
That is an excellent question. I'm glad that you said that. So you can apply on our website at northwesternmutual.com. You can look for the downtown Louisville office, or if you're interested in our midtown office, you can apply for them as well. Or if you would like, you can just send your resume to me directly and save you the time on the application. My email, I'll go ahead and I'll pull that up after we finish the Q&A. So if you want, stick around and you can jot that down when we get there.
Okay, will do.
Perfect. Any other questions?
Trying to think. 100% sure. I've talked to my friend who already did it. He told me it was a super good experience, and I'm actually from Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, but I pretty much lived in Louisville with my friend who's going to do it this summer, so I would probably live with him again if I were to get this internship. So Louisville would not be a problem at all. Trying to think of anything else, but
That's funny that you mentioned you're from South Carolina, because our actual managing partner, he started out in South Carolina as a college intern, and he has been with Northwestern Mutual his entire career. I don't want to overage him, but I believe he's in his 60s now. So he's had quite a lengthy career with Northwestern Mutual. So I think if anything, that just shows you, you know, what a career is like with Northwestern Mutual. We have a huge retention rate. So definitely we have some lifelong employees here.
absolutely, that's awesome. And also, when would applications be due, and like when would I possibly hear back?
So our recruiting team, we definitely like to have a quick response time. Just speaking on my own behalf, I definitely like to reach out to candidates as quick as possible. So the quicker that you're giving me your information, the quicker that we're scheduling your conversation, your interviews, you know, it's a pretty quick process. Right now, we're looking to hire for our May internship. So we'll definitely, you know, if everything is going well, going smoothly, and we're getting your documents and things on time, we can get you going as soon as possible.
Awesome, that sounds good. So do you recommend, you said after this you would put your email, would you recommend I apply through the website and send you your email, or just send you my resume to you via email?
I would say it's just so much easier for you. Just go ahead and you can just send me an email with your resume. You don't even have to write a formal email. Since I've spoken with you today, I'll know exactly who you are, and you can just send that to me after we finish the presentation.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. I think question wise, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I believe that since you're the only one on our call today, that pretty much wraps up our question section. I don't know, if you think of anything, feel free to send me an email or give me a call. I'll put my contact info, as I said, here in a minute. But other than that, if anyone that is watching this at a later date has any questions, again, please feel free to reach out to me or a member of our recruiting team. You can always find us on LinkedIn, on Handshake, and on Indeed. But definitely feel free to reach out to our recruiting team anytime on our website. All right, now here's my contact info. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. That's a great way to stay in contact with me. If you feel comfortable, add me on LinkedIn. I will be more than happy to accept your request. And then you can also just send me an email if you have any interest in our upcoming internship, our postgraduate opportunities, or even if you know someone that's interested in a full-time career opportunity. We definitely have those available as well. So you can send me your resume and just send that to the email right there, anna.bradley@nm.com. And I'll give you a moment. I'll keep that up on the screen so you can write that down.
Thank you so much, Anna.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a pleasure speaking with you all.